Here's a rundown of how these Fox body doorposts come apart. The black X's are for my guide screws, so I can screw these pieces together and they'll line up exactly how I took it apart. So they're just randomly spaced along the weather stripping pinch weld and then along that front half of it there. But going off of my car, the cowl panel has to come off. So it really depends on how much yours is rusted, but mine, the cowl panel is off. My next step is going to be removing the outside front frame rail. So you got 2 spot welds up at the top, and then you have all the spot welds along the perimeter. There's also a support bracket that you'll have to take the spot welds out in order to be able to pull this off. So once you take all the spot welds off comes your outside frame rail. Which now brings you to the bracket for your actual cowl panel. Has 3 spot welds and then 3 there. Once you drill those out comes the side bracket. And so now you're down to the actual lower cowl panel. You have the spot welds that run along the front corner of it. You have the spot welds that run along the top of this outside door skin piece, door post. This little piece is what used to be the fender support, as an 8mm with the little square. That's all rusted away. Take out those 3 spot welds. That's spot welded on the top of it. Then you can remove that. Once you get the spot welds out here, along the bottom and the corners, you can remove your lower cowl panel. Now we're down to the actual doorpost assembly. There's a hidden spot weld here on the side of it, which took me a while to actually figure out, but there's a couple along here, a couple at the top, and then you got a couple down here at the bottom, and then 1 up at the top. So depending on how far yours is rusted will determine how far you need to cut onto the actual pillar. So you got all the spot welds that run along the pinch weld for the molding, and then the spot welds for your pinch weld for the weather stripping. There's 2 random spot welds right there. Once you get those out, you can remove that. You got 2 straight welds on there that you'll have to cut and remove. So now you're down to the actual inside of it. The inner piece has 2 spot welds there, 1 spot weld, then you can separate it from there. Then 2 straight welds that are there on the top of it, which will let you remove that. Then you can fish that up. And then once you have those spot welds taken out, you can slide this out. If I can get it. At some point, there we go. So you can see this is all one solid piece. Yeah, it's got some surface rust on it, but that forms the top and the sides of it. It really depends on how far yours is rusted. Then I did a little test clean. It's just surface rust, so I can clean it up. There, keep going along the perimeter, get them all drilled out. You got 4 on the front half of it that need to come out. All the other ones are pretty obvious. And then this is actually just one solid piece. Which gives you the whole outer door skin. Then you clean it up however it needs to be. There's actually 3 pieces here. You have the outside door skin, doorpost skin itself. You have this bracket, and then you have the actual bracket for your door bolts, where you would have your triangle piece in there. So I'll probably end up separating those out. I'll fix this little bit of rust that's in there. So that's how you get the main piece out, the main golden piece. Then depending whether you get a parts car that's a convertible or a hardtop, convertible has this extra bracket, you can just remove that. It's only on convertibles. So this is what a hardtop GT looks like. But this actual inside piece, which I know I need, but I don't know how much I need, is all one solid piece. You can take the spot welds out, which will separate it from your front firewall. So you can take it out there, but this actually goes down, and the outside rocker panel is spot welded to this. So if you want to take it out as one solid piece, you would have to cut it, remove this front section of it, and then you can fish this out because it's only got a couple of spot welds there and a couple of spot welds on the bottom. But I'll know once I actually get to that point whether I can just section out pieces of it or whether I need to get this whole thing out. I know mine is rusted here. We can't really see inside. You can see how it comes all the way down. Yeah, it just kind of forms this shape right there, but it actually goes all the way back. So I'll decide once I start tearing into mine how much I actually need. But that's how they come apart. I mean, obviously this piece you can't just pull off of the doorpost. I mean, because you'd have to take the roof off to do it. So either way, you're gonna have to cut this someplace on the pillar to be able to get it out and fix it. So that's what it looks like. One piece. It'd be a matter of fixing that. Get it to work. I did it once. I should be able to do it again. Then clean that up. Use the pieces that I need. But when it comes to actually getting it out, 1/8 drill bits from Harbor Freight. You're gonna end up breaking a couple of them. Spot weld cutter, and then I have my own spot weld cutter extension, which is just one of these cheap drivers. Heat the metal up with a torch, pull the plastic handle off, which gives you a square spline set up so you can just put it into a regular drill, which extends it out. What you end up needing for getting to some of these areas on here makes it a lot easier. 1/4 inch socket fits the spot weld cutter. So maybe this will help someone out who's into tearing it apart or trying to fix theirs. That's how it comes apart. Till the next video.